Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and After the with your shit as always, Queen Crazy K. Be sure to hit that follow, that like, that share, that subscribe button on both Instagram and both YouTube. I'm gonna do my double knockout before and after the podcast on this one. This is over the last 2 weeks of what's been happening, what's coming on with Raw, with SmackDown, and now tonight with WrestleMania, and what's next after WrestleMania towards Backlash, WrestleMania now. So this will be over the last 2 weeks. So that's why it's a double knockout. So be sure to hit that like, that share, and follow and subscribe button so you can keep updated. I got my SmackDown predictions out, my SmackDown video out. I got a couple rapping videos that are out. I got this podcast though, podcast that's out right now, and entertainment videos. A couple of them they're like cooking and on the daily basis and stuff to entertain. So go ahead and check them out. Tell your friends, your family, whatever, and tell them to also subscribe and follow the channel out because they're awesome. They're good. I might show one of the rapping videos. I won't show both of them because I think one of them is better than the other one, but they're still out there. One of them I think is kind of like more of a snip, like just a testing one. Mm. It's the one when I'm in a grocery store and then I go in like this tunnel and all that. So like the video I think is cool, but the audio sucks. This other one, it's a lake one. The video not so good, but the audio is great, and it was okay though. So it's like that's why it's like I should have put the audio from the lake one and the store video together, and then put the other one. But if I did that, then it would just be a horrible video, and then I would just have to delete it. So I did it that way. That way you can see, okay, well this video is good, but not the audio. This audio is good, but not the video. But they're both still excellent. They're great. It's called Mine. That's the one I'm gonna play. I might show the other one just because you guys can check it out and see it. Like many people have already watched it, but I might show it anyhow though. So, anyways, over first we got some other stuff to go over, and then we will see. Usually this is an hour because it's a double podcast. But if it goes over, it's okay as long as it reaches that hour market. So I just wanted to give the updates because this has all been happening over the last like day, all yesterday and today. So last 2 days. So I just let you in, fill you in on the blanks and fill you in on the updates. So that's why y'all need to subscribe. If you hadn't, if you already watched my videos, like, subscribe and follow. I appreciate it and I thank you for that. Rest of y'all, go ahead while you're watching it, like it, subscribe and follow, and you will see those videos that I'm talking about, like my SmackDown results, SmackDown prediction, WrestleMania last minute tonight, less than, let's see, it's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, less than 8 hours away from part 1 WrestleMania, the greatest stage of them all tonight, all the talk of the year. And I would go over them prediction as well because I do half of them today and then the other half tomorrow because I've been saying who I want to win. Now that's official with what matches is going to happen. Now I need to officially make who I want to win. He had Hall of Fame yesterday as well, the great Rey Mysterio, honoring the late Eddie Guerrero. Late Eddie Guerrero being acknowledged. You saw his car in the Hall of Fame with Rey Mysterio, the first ever superstar to be inducted into 2023 Hall of Fame this year. In honor of him, Dominic was there, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair was there, Montez Ford. You saw Bianca Belair in the American Nightmare. That was not only on the Hall of Fame, but they were both on the Kelly Clarkson show as well. And you saw the rated R superstar Edge on After the Bell with the Hell in a Cell match against the Demon Finn Balor. And on the bump was Rhea Ripley. And with the over the weekend, with between Raw, SmackDown, and WWE Live, I think that Braun Strowman and Ricochet has made a really great tag team. Since they came together, they've been just winning, knocking skulls around, showing why I call them the Ninja Warriors. Because it's like everyone in this Fatal 4-Way tag team has a thing. It's like the Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, and the Academy. And then Braun Strowman and Ricochet don't have a name. So I'm like, hey, name them the Ninja Warriors. Why not? or the monster ninjas, because I like to call him a ninja because he's quick, he's fast, he's athletic, so he can do things that no one else can do. Jump off there, spin you around, crack your skull. You know, Ricochet can do those type of things, and then you got Braun Strowman that'll run you over like you got hit by a truck or a train. So the monster ninjas, that's what I'm gonna call them. Instead of Ninja Warriors, the monster ninjas. That's their name. That's their tag team. We saw like Sheamus and it was Sami Zayn, the Usos, and Sheamus. It was supposed to be like a triple threat. End up being you seen the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going back and forth. And like I was saying, and Jey Uso said last night, Kevin, at least the Usos are, you know, the Bloodline brothers are a lot stronger than a friendship because they always had each other's back since day one. They collected the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, like they said. They're the greatest Raw running both friends Tag Team Champions, like they said. Whereas Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they want to become champions. They stabbed each other in the back, like Kevin Owens stabbing Sami Zayn in the back, trying to end his career in the NXT. So that proves my point exactly. While the Usos remain the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions as the ones, like they always have. And ain't nothing gonna change that. Yeet, the ones the Usos Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Those are my predictions. I'm gonna go ahead and just do all my WrestleMania predictions. And then the EST all day, every day remaining the Raw and champion over Asuka for what she pulled not last week but the week before on Monday Night Raw attacking her. And the American Nightmare, I think that with the Usos remaining champions, Bianca remain champion, I think that Rhea Ripley has really shown a dominant, destructive, brutal side that Charlotte may be overlooking. Like, this isn't the same Rhea Ripley that you met 3 years ago, that she could be overlooking her. And I think Rhea Ripley can really capture the SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte. Because, you know, before, yeah, she was a rookie compared to Charlotte. She wasn't ready for, obviously, one of the best female superstars in history, one of the dominating female superstars with the nature boy himself. You're his daughter, like at the top of the mountain. Of course, you're gonna be like your dad and have all that talent to come along with it. 14-time women's champion, and no matter whether you love her, whether you hate her, she's still been holding down the championships after championships, whether it's Raw, whether it's SmackDown, whether it's NXT, whether it's the World. She's always been able to hold that down. So it's like, yeah, you know, you can overlook it enough. You can be like, well, I think you're looking past Rhea Ripley, which I think she's really doing that. Rhea Ripley has been able to do things that she said she was going to do too. I mean, she dominated with the Judgment Day on Raw, and then without her team to show that whether it's with her team or by herself, that she can also do it on her own. Then she dominated in her number one survival on 29 women, winning the Women's Royal Rumble in 2023. On top of that, so it proves right there like she doesn't need her team to get the job done. Right, that she could do it whether it was with their team or on her own. Like, this is her chance to show how she can compete as a superstar. And she did. And she's been dominating on SmackDown and Raw with singles actions on top of that since WrestleMania Impact when she won the Women's Royal Rumble. And she's not afraid to tell Charlotte exactly what she said behind her back to her face and let her know it's not the same Rhea Ripley. I don't think Charlotte's gonna really fear you. You know, Charlotte's never been like scared of anybody. She's always had that cockiness, that confidence that I can walk in as champion no matter what superstar she was going against. And it's like she did the same thing against Bayley. Then Bayley became Raw Women's Champion against her. She did the same thing against Sasha Banks, saying she would never beat her. Then she beat her for the Falls Count anywhere for the Raw Women's Championship belt. She did the same thing the big time match when she won the NXT Championship belt from her when she thought she didn't even belong in there in the NXT at the time. And took that from her, so it's like it wouldn't be the first time that Charlotte's overlooking her opponent. I think that Rhea Ripley, she's one of the outbreak superstars, even though it's kind of like a dark path for her. Like, she's supposed to be a bad guy, like a nightmare. But I noticed that people are like people like me, I like her though. Because I know Rhea from NXT before she became this supposed to be nightmare, this brutal. and she can do destructive and dominating things, but at the same time, she's an outbreak superstar of the year. As well as like when Maz was one of the first males on SmackDown, like an outbreak superstar of the year. I think he's really showing his talent and really showing what he's made of. That hey, this year I showed you everything I can do. Now next year I'll be capturing championship belts. I think that Rhea is time for her to do it at WrestleMania. So yeah, the Usos. I mean, of course, no one's tag team champions. EST, of course, Rollins, but Charlotte. I think that's going to change hands, and Rhea's going to become the SmackDown Women's Champion. Just like with Roman Reigns, I think that the American Nightmare could become the new Universal Champion, or because his moment was kind of when he beat Seth Rollins last year at WrestleMania. So I think that the bloodline, like Solo, is going to come through for the Usos for the titles against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And then the whole bloodline is going to make sure Roman remains Universal Champion. But I think they respect the American Nightmare for the sake of the late Dusty Rhodes. And speaking of Dusty Rhodes, you know, they had the Battle Royal that the almighty Bobby Lashley won. So you can imagine maybe Bobby Lashley will be challenging Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship once he's done with the American Nightmare. But I think that the whole bloodline will respect him, not beat him down like they would another opponent, because you know all the other opponents he's not only talked down to, like he's talked down to him, but they also attacked them and beat them as well as they were talking. Whereas him, he just tells them, hey, you know, what do you want to be, Cody Rhodes? What do you want to be, Stardust? What do you know, Cody Rhodes had to find himself to build himself to where he is right now. And it's like, that's why he's saying, I got a chapter to finish. Something that maybe the old Cody Rhodes wouldn't be able to do or have the opportunity to do. That it's not the same Cody Rhodes 10 years ago. You know, so for him to show him that, and he's been winning every single match, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, or WWE Dark match, you name it. He's been accomplishing and winning against great superstars like Seth Rollins, getting in there with the Usos, showing him, hey, I don't care if I'm a one-man band, I'm gonna still fight to the end. You know, I'm still keep going and still show you better than I can tell you what I'm capable of doing. That this isn't the old one. This is why he had to find himself and come back 10 years later to show you what he can do. And since then, he's became AEW champion, you know, and came out WWE and won every single Raw and SmackDown match. He's unbeatable streak. But I think that's what's going to happen. The Usos definitely remaining. That was the moment when Sami and Kevin Owens became a tag team again on SmackDown. So now it'll be the Usos remain champions with Solo's assist of their brothers at WrestleMania. That was American Nightmare's moment when he returned 10 years later. First shocked the world and then beat Seth Rollins on top of it. So Roman Reigns remains Universal Champion. But that'll be the main event tomorrow. But I think he'll respect him. The Usos, because the Usos are battling out tonight. And then the main event will be Roman Reigns tomorrow with American Nightmare. And then the opening act today, John Cena becoming 6-time United States champion against Austin Theory and do an open challenge. Say the champ is here. You want some? Come get some. The time starts now for an open USA challenge on Monday Night Raw. That is the opening, and then I don't know, maybe Bianca will be doing the main event today. I'm not sure who's doing the main event. I know that Roman's doing the main event tomorrow. John Cena's doing the opening today. And then that tells me maybe since John Cena is doing the opening with Austin Theory, like I said, 6-time United States champion, he'll say my time is now. The champ is here. Open USA challenge. If you want some, come get some on Monday Night Raw and Indie Superstar about that. The question is, which superstar is going to come out to verse him? That's the question right there. Which superstar is coming out for John Cena's title? And, you know, that makes me think maybe the almighty Bobby Lashley. Instead of coming after Roman, he might come after John Cena's title because he won the Battle Royal. He can go for any title. It's kind of like a WrestleMania open door. So I don't know if he's gonna, do that WrestleMania or if he's gonna be like, I want it, so I want a title against you. Because I would like to see him and Roman Reigns go at it again because they got unfinished business from the past when him and Drew McIntyre's became that brutal team with Benjamin and they would attack him and stuff. So when he was the big dog, so they used to form the Hurt Business before they performed through the MPV. There was a team then with Corbin out there as well. Attack him. The Usos would come to his name, but like, nah, you ain't gonna do that. So I know that's the opening kickoff today. And I was thinking maybe the kickoff show, Trish Stratus, her, Lita, and Big Time Bets winning over Damage Control 6-woman tag team match. No doubt about it for the kickoff. The Almighty Backlash might be hanging around for the main event, like with Omos, and since they're kicking it off, Omos and Brock Lesnar, I want Brock Lesnar. He's gonna have a battle to get through Omos. I mean, Braun Strowman beat him when no one thought he was gonna. So who says Braun? So who says that it beats Brock Lesnar can't? That'll be the opening and the main event. I think of kickoff. We'll find out. But I know the kickoff today is Cena and Theory for the United States. I'm just saying, since that's the case, it might be Bianca Belair and Asuka for the main event. Since Roman's doing the main event tomorrow, then the kickoff would be the Charlotte and Rhea Ripley one. But we'll find out. But those are my votes, and those is why I feel that way very strongly about it and been saying it all year round. And then that would bring us to the Fatal 4-Way women and men one. The men one, Strowman and Ricochet, or the Street Profits. Now, I think it'll be Strowman and Ricochet because, like I said, they've been an outbreak tag team on SmackDown. Been winning every single tag team opportunity, and they'll be next in line to verse this time the Usos. Like, they're defending the Raw titles against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, so they'll defend the SmackDown ones against Strowman and Ricochet on SmackDown. And then as for the women one, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler win that one to verse Lita and Big Time Bex. What better than two sets of teams that are firehead, that are full of anger to just throw down when it's time to take on each other on SmackDown. And then you get to see Lita and Big Time Bex. When Lita returned, it was a SmackDown event. So why not her and Big Time Bex, who returned to SmackDown as SmackDown Women's Champion, who wrestled with them at Survivor Series, join for a tag teaming in on there. So why not throw down on SmackDown maybe? And I thought maybe at the event that's coming up in 2 weeks, when I go on the 14th after WrestleMania, that could be something right there. But we'll see because it's a little too early to vote because we're still in the one. We still got one more Raw and SmackDown before that following SmackDown. So we'll see what happens from there on of how they're gonna, because everybody wrestled this past Raw and SmackDown. They're all banged up from that. And we also had Alexa Bliss on The Masked Singer. If you guys missed that as well, I wanted to throw that in there. Somehow, Bianca Belair and the American Nightmare. The American Nightmare did the Celtic Warrior workout with Sheamus, and the American Nightmare was on the Kelly Clarkson show. Bianca Belair was at Hall of Fame, and she also did the Kelly Clarkson show. They also did the meet and greet with the Street Profits. And then Mercedes, Japanese wrestling champion, also did it. She had got her hat on her shirt. Also did the meet and greet as well. I wanted to throw that in there since I was talking about Raw and SmackDown. And then you got like Johnny Guerrero, who's first in Bryson, and then NXT as well. For the weekend with Shawn Michaels, Hall of Fame legend that made that possible. Roxanne Hill enough, and she as well, and 100% verse for the women's championship that she never lost in the ladder match. And Bryson and Camille, they're the youngest in NXT to throw down for the championship. That's why that's such a big deal. And I just wanted to throw everything in there while I was thinking about it. Made me think a little bit about Outbreak superstars and brands and moments. Now, when you watched The Masked Singer, you would have saw Alexa Bliss on there. That what's going on with her since she lost against Bianca Belair. That sort of stuff. Then you have on the other one with the Rods now. They're like, I have my videos and stuff, so I'm not. It's too early to say after WrestleMania what Raw predictions would be. But those are my WrestleMania predictions, the Hall of Fame, and a little bit of updates outside of that. So I'm gonna show you what I was talking about when I have character after the bump and after the barrel and the bump and all that. I also wanted to show you what I had on here as well. And like I said, Rey Mysterio and the win over Dominic. I know Esteban then won't let the Judgment Day get involved in it. The Radar Superstar Edge over Finn Balor, the Demon. That's gonna be a really Hell in a Cell match. That's gonna be a fun one. Watching that happen, because first you got a Demon and a Radar Superstar, and then it's Hell in a Cell. It's all about fire. It's all about destruction. It's kind of like a red match and a dark match, whether they turn the cell red anymore. It's kind of like a fire match because they both got so much anger towards each other and so much that they want to do, not to each other, but what they want to accomplish in this match. So it's really going to be a throwdown. It's going to be like a boxing match between Bobby Lash, or I keep saying Bobby Lash, a boxing match because he versed him last year. Omos and Brock Lesnar, and then it's going to be like a hell match. That's why it's a Hell in a Cell fire match for Finn Balor and the Demon and the Radar Superstar Edge. Bianca, I think that'll be like an easy match. You know what's going to happen. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be like watching an NXT match. And then Charlotte, I think she's going to get shocked because she really does overlook just because of what happened in the past. And women's version, she did that to her opponent and didn't accomplish what she thought she was over them. So, I mean, she may be 14th time when she had SmackDown and she did everything she said, but Rhea's also been doing everything she said she was going to do too. So, anyways, that being said, we had a 10-woman match show with Trish and Leah, Becky with Bianca and Asuka and Leah and all that. 1 5 4 10-minute tag team match with the 3-on-3 6-woman match I was talking about with Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus winning to take on for Lita and Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey and Shayna on the SmackDown event. The one I was just talking about, a tag team. And that Seth Rollins got his last lap with Austin Theory, which John Cena kicking off today, becoming 6-time United States champion. This is what I want to show. And Dawn's been, competing and showing why she can be the 14th time women's champion SmackDown and showing that Rhea isn't ready. I mean, like with that cheap shot with Dominic getting involved. She's like, that's why you're not ready for me. But Rhea shows, well, that's why maybe you overlook me because you don't know what tricks she got up her sleeve either. So Radar Superstar and these are the best moments of hell. Just talk about it as it goes by. That way, don't get no copywriting ground, copycats, whatever they want to call it. Yeah, so the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens been going back and forth. Now it's fine to put the money where my mouth is, and the Usos remain Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Radar Superstar Edge becoming World Heavyweight Champion, like I said, against the Demon Finn Balor and Hell in a Cell, just like he became champion right here. Both of them on defying titles. And Strowman and Ricochet, I think they're great as a team. The Ninja Warriors, I started to call them, and I was like, you know what? They're monster ninjas. That's how I call them that. Mick Foley, who just got smashed tails on the Hall of Fame last night as well. LA Knight, because it's Hollywood. The Miz hosting it. Maybe LA Knight could be his co-host. I think that Drew McIntyre can become the Intercontinental Champion against Sheamus and Gunther, and that Butchanov ain't going to let the Imperial get involved in that one. Yeah, Christian on the AEW now who's tagging with Edge. in the Hall of Fame, Olympics gold medalist, Kurt English true. It's damn true. Also, part of the Hall of Fame, and you have the game Triple H himself, of course, CEO of Raw and SmackDown, WWE in general. Ricochet won the 20-man Battle Royal, but the Almighty Bobby Lashley won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, like I said, and I think he might be the open challenger for John Cena's United States Championship on Monday Night Raw, maybe. We returned and won that Royal Rumble on top of it. And Charlotte fell in the Celtic Warrior workout, but she's a 14-time Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion. Her and Andrade celebrating her as well. We're going to cut into Charlotte now celebrating her. Raquel would have won that Fatal 4 tag team or singles actually, but I think Ron and Shayna are going to win the Fatal 4 tag team though. Just like Strowman and Ricochet when they won the throne, that they're going to do the same thing in the Fatal 4 tag team match when it's tag instead of singles. Becoming Divas champion against once was the longest diva. The Bellas wins in the first place. Skip. Iron Woman match, just like when Sasha and Bayley won the Iron Woman match in the NXT, and then same with her and Charlotte at Roadblock. Raw won champion, SmackDown won champion, NXT won champion, Divas champion, won the Dominating Horsewoman. Her dad, Ric Flair, the Nature Boy himself, was there last night, 16th time World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy himself. And you can put some woo into that. Now this one was been not bad. This is what I was talking about. Carmella, Charlotte, and a triple threat SummerSlam. All it takes is a figure 4A and a spear. But Rhea Ripley could also pick you up just with one arm. This is what you do the figure 4A without even putting stress on her body. New Day, maybe Biggie Lynch. I don't know if I've been seeing him in commercials if he's returning to SmackDown with Xavier Woods. Part of the Up, Down, Down host of it, 2K 2023 video game that you want to talk about. Half off, like things like you can get more steering shirt like this. I was talking about with the Visa American Nightmare on it. And then became the 14-time SmackDown show when she returned to SmackDown. This is one of my SmackDown predictions. One of my SmackDown predictions. Down in Kansas. With the Tilly, Kansas. With Mahomes and Kelsey, my favorite player. Mahomes, my quarterback. Favorite quarterback on the shirt that I got from down in Tilly, Kansas, Kansas City for SmackDown. Went down to Murray and Iowa so that way I can get my monthly New German Shepherd, mix and Mally New German Shepherd from his 10 weeks. Get everything needed. So that was one of my SmackDown prediction, and this was one of my SmackDown results. American Nightmare, the Usos, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Yeah, Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio there. Rey Mysterio was there. Sean May, you can tell him. And then, you know, to kick off, just in general from the friendship. Well, the tag team when it became again. We're back there where those trucks are. as you can see in the parking lot where they parked at, let alone right there with all the action Friday Night SmackDown. When we arrived before SmackDown, when we was with their trucks, arrived them there too. Let alone the actual SmackDown show there and after the dark match. And all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no man, that was combining not only a 6-man match, you know, with the Usos in solo, but he was combining a tag team best friendship with Kevin Owens, the same thing, to combine again like they used to do before. He stabbed in the back for a championship in NXT. Then there's the headquarters, WWE headquarters. The show you see in the hallways, things you see outside, and trucks where they park at. The SmackDown show itself, and after the match, they went over, or after the bell, just some fun, with bell time. Really excellent. And then the rest, the can't say, from SmackDown, something that's. They had really good match and going too. Really great, really excellent. Fine food in hotel room, headquarters, into the office, the what you're there for through the hallways, the trunks where you, like we saw the wrestling trucks where you would arrive with the wrestlers in the parking lot, and you'll be able to access the building for the event you're watching, and in the headquarters, and the actual show itself. Merchandise, you can get half off of the Visa, or there's a percentage of it. God, I'm another too. Not enough violence is right. Want some of those right now, that's not pretty good. A little bit of Raw and SmackDown tradition, rapid snippets. A little fun time after work. Too hard this month. Yeah, good to have those vegan restaurants, and it was like, it's okay, but that was a nasty cheesecake. And she said lemon and raspberry or something, lemon and blackberry. I thought it was just a regular cheesecake. Whatever this is, I mean, it's a fine restaurant, but I can go to Olive Garden that's fine and great food too. Mac and cheese wasn't bad though. For not being cheese, it's a vegan restaurant. That was pretty good. It's a little fun time from the head of this. I was on top of it. And then what to regain it all. Regain the section. That's something I was talking about. Like the great rivals, like John Cena And Randy Orton knows the manipulation, the mind games that Austin Theory is going to be trying to play because he's been through it with Randy Orton, you know. So he knows what to expect and knows what he's going to do. Meaning then with Bray Wyatt bringing this thing that make you think if you're dreaming or if it's in real life, just like Theory can try to do. He knows what's at stake with the opening act tonight. So it's like Theory hasn't really thought or said nothing that ain't used as far as manipulation and mind games to remain it. And Sean, same thing, like she is not gonna play mind games because she is gonna smile in the face of Rhea. Rhea's the one that's gonna have to show Charlotte better than she can tell her that you have to fear me because I am a threat to your title to capture that SmackDown Women's Championship belt. That's what I think she will. And Strowman almost, that's just gonna be a boxing match. But Bobby Lashley, he had to go against Omos once, and I think he got through him. So who says Brock Lesnar can't do the same thing? Big Red, because I love that in the hotel. It's my favorite team, favorite place, Kansas City. Favorite team, favorite quarterback, favorite player, nice city, nice people. It was awesome. Awesome, fun trip. 2 weeks ago, that was awesome. That was just us visiting, you know, passing through. Although I was just talking about what we was doing in the SmackDown predictions, SmackDown results, the passing days of life, WrestleMania prediction, WrestleMania results. It's really too early to do Raw and SmackDown predictions, so I'll just hold off with the WrestleMania predictions that I did as far as that goes. And this is just the combined wrestling rep. Everyone's already seen it, so. Well, and SmackDown, right? I really like these skulls right here. St. Patrick's, all these skulls are awesome. These skulls are awesome. That's for sure I was talking about. Those skulls are awesome. I like those more. Yeah, I don't know what's up with truck smash. Now you know Asha at this might pull out some miss that she's gonna try to do when the referee's not looking. She might try to pull out miss against Bianca, so she's gotta watch out for that too. But I mean, according to the attack on Raw, she can probably assume she might be doing that. I mean, the Kingdom Miss was there, you know, invented it at Hall of Fame last night, so you know Asuka, when the referee's not there, try to, you know, do that thing where you can't see their face covered up and try to do the same to Bianca. We haven't seen her do it yet, but we did see her actually work as a tag team with her and then turn around and attack her. And this is why Bianca didn't want to be a tag team with her in the first place, because she knew she had trick up her sleeve. The only thing she hasn't pulled out yet was the miss yet, but she will find a way to do it. I think it's pretty much numbered right at WrestleMania this year. It's Seth freaking Rollins to burn it down once and for all over Logan Paul at WrestleMania to make up for Elimination Chamber. Just like on the couple of knockouts, like those knockouts. You know, being him up with that knockout from The Miz, being him up with the knockout in Security, burn it down at WrestleMania for Elimination Chamber. That'll be the sad face for Seth freaking Rollins over Logan Paul. it's been mind games. These are trucks and stuff I was talking about where they're right back there and stuff. I didn't realize that until I seen the exact same truck I was standing by moments ago when I seen Kevin Owens on the screen. I was like, whoa, we're standing in the same parking lot that the refs are standing when they arrive. So I know it's experience, let alone the headquarters and what's still live and SmackDown stuff and how the SmackDown offer with the entrance in itself, you know, total on fighting trips and stuff. And then trip and run after run on the road, like I can handle it. I know what's made since I'm working on training to become a superstar. I know what it's like. That was fun. And I'm ready to do it again when I go to Lincoln here in a couple of weeks on SmackDown. You'll see me because I'm right on the floor. Those are the SmackDown predictions. Over the last 2 weeks, the SmackDown results last 2 weeks, and their trips over the last 2 weeks. Since the dollar announcement I was talking about. Watch, like, share, and follow, subscribe on Instagram and YouTube, and you'll see that with everyone else, just like I just showed you with Best and Miller podcasts and rap videos and SmackDown prediction videos, SmackDown result video, trip videos, and Watch My Flash Star. I'm just getting to all but the ones right here. This is a, you know, I'll tell them just because it was hilarious. Halloween all year round for me. These are awesome. That's fun. This is what I was talking about. With Halloween and anime, wrestling, working out, training on a daily basis. Too easy. Don't play. Obsessed with Halloween. Like the demon Finn Balor is obsessed. The demon that he will be in the Hell in a Cell with a rated R superstar, and that's a really awesome picture. They'll like, you know, they're learn from the childhood of John Cena, and now he's gonna try to play it against them. Now that John Cena's in the you can't see me, he's gonna try to do the war of life against them. It's like he learned it to play with fire, play your own medicine against you to try to make you crazy, to try to make you lose your focus, and that is exactly what Theory's intentions are to do. See Bianca Belair and Theory and Carmella and Drew McIntyre and Xavier Woods on the Wheel of Fortune. I was like, wow, not only are you on the Wheel of Fortune, like you're on TV, you win some money. You know, I like playing games and win money and be on TV, but you also get to meet all them superstars, and one of them gets to be on your team. Like, how fun of experience is that? Mm-hmm. I loved it, yeah, with the EST. I mean, Theory's the one that won that one, the battle, you know, with his team. But still, being on the EST scene, that's all I need right there. And it's like, that's because the EST was being nice. She was letting me shine, outbreak United States champion, undisputed United States champion, when she's the Raw Women's Champion, the leader, the face of the company of my Arami. She was being nice. Come on. Asterion and Bianca Belair on Raw, SmackDown, Charlotte, and Roman Reigns. Okay. And you can't forget about the Usos, Becky Lynch and Lita. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was what 360. I just whooped her ass. He saw that bitch. The rattlesnake himself on the Broken Skulls episodes. That was the percentage. It was his day. And talk about the rivals and the Hall of Fame legendaries. Batista, Triple H, Lita, Trish Stratus, The Deadman, The Undertaker, One Man Show. Stone Cold Austin Day was there with the Dame Triple H with the dance. That was there last night. Now he was there, but I didn't see Shawn Michaels. You know. But we saw Brian. You know, his great rivals like against The Rock. That's one of the best ones that I always talk about. The old and now greatest of rivals. I know that Stone Cold used to be Mr. Man for days before Triple H took CEO, which the same thing happened to him with Roman Reigns with Authority. And Mankind, Rock, who was Stone Cold was going against Rock doing shit. Now the Booker T one in the store, that was the funniest one I've seen. That was probably the funniest one. I like the Iron Champions that keep rolling one the boxing and it's really dominating shape. Stone Cold winning one, two, three, having the highest and the greatest, sitting at the top, winning the most Royal Rumble matches out of anybody in WWE history. Just did what he wants when he wants, how he wants. He's a world heavyweight champion. He's won the most Royal Rumbles. With saying and doing wants to. I love the skulls. He's not afraid to put his money where his mouth is and just let you know, hey, this is what's gonna happen. You wanna play a fight, you're gonna get burned. That's my attitude too. I love it. Like one of the greatest WrestleMania when Stone Cold beat the hell out of Kevin Owens, and he knew that was gonna happen at last year's WrestleMania. And then American Nightmare making the Impact winning against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. That was the match of the year, and that was the greatest moments of the year at WrestleMania last year. Now we'll find out what the greatest moment in the match is this year. But those are my predictions. That's what I does. I mean, you can take them and put it as this coming. Like those are my WrestleMania prediction, let alone Raw prediction and SmackDown prediction, and doing live and ad character and all that stuff because it's a little bit too early to put that there yet. And the Street Profits is just determined to pick up where they left off. They won that tag team for losing his theory, but I think it'll be Strowman, the Monster, and there's a Ricochet winning this one. And if not, then the Street Profits. Because they've been winning and came all this long way. And this is John Cena, 5-time United States champion. Why I predict he's gonna be the 6-time United States champion over Austin Theory to match up when he became the first United States champion against giants. How about giants like Omos? You got giants like The Big Show, Mark Henry, Andre the Giant, that Bobby Lashley won that Battle Royal when John Cena beat The Big Show to become the United States champion as a rookie. And did it again as Ward Life Dr. Demonomics, the rookie, the prototype, the Dr. Demonomics, and Ward Life. And against the time like Booker T when he had to beat the clock. When Kurt Angle got mad because he got in his face about it. And Cleo deserved it because he was protecting his brand. Like he's a line from the ECW when Paul Heyman was there running down the stairs trying to scoot him out when Edge cost him the championship belt. And then the Hustle always fighting his country, his family, his people, where he's from, against Rusev at a WrestleMania. These damn ads. And then we do it to the 5th time. You get Seth freaking Rollins that I was just talking about, the architect himself. And he'll be the 6th time against Austin Theory this year at WrestleMania. And this is our greatest moves for Rhea Ripley. Like I said, world champion, NXT women's champion, dominating a part of the Judgment Day, surviving #1 and all 29 women to win the Royal Rumble of 2023. Like she said she was going to do, doing everything that she said she was going to do. And that is finishing her chapter. You talk about the chapter, finishing her chapter, being someone that overlooks her, someone that looks down on her, someone that she couldn't beat 3 years ago, but become the SmackDown champion. It's that same someone when it comes to WrestleMania within these 2 days, within this week. Or she has to just pick Charlotte up and slam her on that bed, just like Charlotte's gonna try to do the figure 4-8. And with the spear, all she has to do is put you in a princeso with one arm. It goes both ways for Charlotte and Rhea. I think they're pretty much even in that category. Maximum odds and Rhea Ripley was on the bump. That's why I want to shock about Rhea Ripley becoming SmackDown champion against Charlotte. 6-time United States champion John Cena, because he kicks it off with Austin Theory today. And this is my Monday Night Raw over the last 2 weeks. Yeah, that's my You know, with the Lions and and Super Bowl, that's what time I'm saying. And then the Raw condition itself was within this last one, the week, and that character with Karen Cross, along with him, Camille, like I was talking about, when he has that opportunity over the weekend. He has that with the young Australian superstar against Brian Baker. For, well, he was North American NXT Championship. And this is the last one after all. Big O is really enjoying being the maximum models as a part of that crew, and like Chad Garrison may be the world champion in the wrestling game that he's doing now, but I think that the maximum models has really got that bond with Otis that appreciates that. Shanti on the workout, Celtic Warrior workout, Shanti was in the tag team with Natalia in the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team one. Now this one, which I SmackDown. American Nightmare picking up the victory over the Imperial after the challenge was accepted from Solo. Solo was showing the American Nightmare. American Nightmare kicked him and told him you weren't ready, and Solo showed him I was ready. American Nightmare picked up the win. Influence Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens back and forth between Raw and SmackDown, and Rey Mysterio for his family lay out Dominic once to go out for that WrestleMania match. Oh, LA Knight. I mean, I don't see why LA Knight couldn't be co-host with the Miz. No, I'm really talking that champion. The challenge one workout, they looked at the tag team with Drew McIntyre. I can see becoming the Intercontinental Champions. And they both have a destiny for the years they've been in the wrestling to do. Last but not least, for Raw and SmackDown, because you can't really determine this Raw and SmackDown prediction. I mean, I did a little bit, like, I think, with my, there's my predictions, predictions for the last couple of Raws, results for the last couple of Raws, my opinions and thoughts for the last couple of Raws, including Adam Character after the belt, say after the belt, and the Hall of Fame. With that being passed, those are my predictions for WrestleMania. And then this coming Monday Night Raw, say my prediction, like I said, a U.S. Open challenge from John Cena. That's my Raw prediction right there. And then my SmackDown prediction would be Strowman and Ricochet. The Martian is challenging the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I guess that you can say that's my Raw prediction for this Raw and SmackDown for this coming SmackDown this year. And then what's next for Rhea Ripley as SmackDown Women's Champion. And then, same with, celebrating that over Charlotte. And that Bianca's her main Raw champion. We need a point for her, but it's really not like a rush for her. With Rhea, it would be like a celebration because no one thought it would happen. Like Charlotte didn't think it would happen. And then Intercontinental champion, I think it'll be Drew McIntyre's. And how Sheamus Butch out are gonna feel about it. Those are a little bit of my SmackDown predictions based off of predictions for WrestleMania and Raw predictions based off of predictions for WrestleMania. And the results of the last Raw that I'm throwing out now, I'd say. So to say. I think this one's the last Raw, but I'm going to show it anyhow, even if I put it into the next one. I think this is the last Raw one. Just a little bit of them. Show the next one too. That was the second time I got the best on them. American Nightmare, the final fight. We up in hand, Saxon champion on Trish side. With big time best winning over Io Shirai in a single match and Stephon sending a message after the win of Brock Lesnar being outbeaten by Omos and Rhea Ripley over the tag team of Viking Raiders to Charlotte the American Nightmare. From the Street Promise who won that tag team on the United States Championship with Vincent his face with Elias and Dolph Ziggler who allowed what's nothing more than just demolish. And I think that Solo showed that he's ready for the American Nightmare. Remember the American Nightmare beat him, and then afterwards when he wanted to attack him, that he's not ready when he saw him won the match officially from the Raw result recently. Now I think that was from this past Raw, but I went ahead and showed it anyhow. It's kind of cutting into next week's podcast, but I just wanted to show what we thought time. And there's one last thing we're gonna do before we close out this video. Be sure to watch, like, share, follow, subscribe on both Instagram and both YouTube. Thank you guys who already done it. Appreciate y'all who haven't done. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna show you that video. These are what I was talking about. The mind raffle on the 24 SmackDown, the Brawls, the Raw. We got SmackDown predictions, SmackDown results, my rap video, the outtakes, the ones going out, and the response on the other videos. So go ahead and check that out. I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing on both Instagram and both YouTube. Check out those videos I was just talking about. Check out this podcast I was just talking about. And see you guys next time. Be sure to, for those of you who haven't, be sure to tune in. I mean, you're missing a lot. Like I told you in the beginning, you can watch all those videos, watch, like, share, follow, subscribe, and it's going to YouTube. You can watch this podcast and watch, like, share, follow, subscribe, and it's going to be YouTube. And you can watch, like, share, follow, and it's going to be YouTube. Those of you who already have it, do it on the next one. You got rapping videos, you got SmackDown videos, you got WrestleMania prediction, you got SmackDown and WrestleMania Raw results, and you have the videos wrapped outside of it and all the info that you need to know. So go ahead and check it out. And that is the end of this video. Krazy is out. See y'all next time when you see me do the podcast. Peace.